Hello beautiful, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Mawaheb. In today's video I'm going to burn test the essential oil candles that I made in my previous video. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below. I literally have the candles right in front of me and they have been curing for 7 days and they're literally calling out my name like, please start burning me, please. I'm really excited to burn them. Honestly, as much as I get very nervous with making essential oil candles, they excite me very much because, as I've mentioned before, I love playing around with the different notes and just really testing my senses and how my nose takes in different notes, whether that be floral, woody or earthy. And I love that I'm actually making the fragrance mixture from scratch. That part really gets me like, oh, I love this. Anyway, I really want to go through the cold throw with you guys, and the first candle that I have right here is rose geranium and cedarwood, and I've got 5% fragrance load in there. I'm just gonna give it a good sniff. Oh, you guys, okay, this smells really good. I would love, right, I'm gonna critique myself in a very kind way. I would love my rose geranium to be a little less powerful. The cedarwood, I can smell the cedarwood but not as strong as I want it to be. If you've never smelled the rose geranium 100% essential oil, it smells very overpowering. So when you're gonna go ahead and mix them with other notes, you've got to be careful because it can overpower the other note. And I feel like even though it hasn't completely overpowered the cedarwood, I still would have loved to smell a little bit less rose than I do. I would love the cedarwood to come through a little bit more, but I can smell a cold throw and you can smell that there are more than one note in there, which is really important. When you're mixing fragrances, it can be very tricky to have the cold throw smell of all notes or get hints of as many notes as you can in your candle. So the fact that I can smell both of them fairly clearly, I just love that. Okay, I'm gonna stop smelling it or else I'm gonna non-stop smell it. And I think with essential oils, you guys, as soon as you smell it, because it smells so strong, especially with the cold throws, it smells a little bit intimidating. But as soon as you give it another chance and another sniff, once, twice or 3 times, you really start to take in the fragrance. You start enjoying smelling it a little bit more. For the second candle, I've got clary sage, rose geranium and patchouli. And as soon as I open this, you can just smell it. It smells so good. I love how you can smell it from inside the lid as well. I definitely love my essential oil candles with lids on top. I just feel like it gives it a really nice touch. With this, you guys, I'm gonna be honest, I have to be truthful. I think I much prefer this mixture over the rose, geranium and cedarwood. And the reason why, because I feel like I really nailed it with the balance of each note. I can smell the rose geranium, but it's not overpowering my patchouli. I can smell hints of clary sage. I would like my clary sage to be a little bit more stronger, which I will literally put in my candle notes right here. As we're burn testing the candles, I'm gonna literally write down all the notes of what I can do better in my next batch of making my essential oil candle. But I love how I used 3 notes, and I loved how every single one of them is coming through the more you smell it. You just gotta give it some time, you guys. You gotta let it grow on you. And I love the smell of patchouli. Smells so good in there. Anyway, you guys, let's start burn testing the candles. I really wanted to talk you through the cold throw of these candles because it's a completely different experience of fragrance oils. I feel with fragrance oils already pre-made, pre-mixed for you. You can smell all the notes, but when you're making something completely from scratch, you really feel proud of the mixture that you have in your candle. I just love it. It's literally handmade from the ground up. I just love it. I'm gonna be burning my favorite scent in my room, and I'm gonna be burning the other one in my sister's room, just so I can test the hot throw, because obviously I'm burning 2 different fragrances, and so I can see how the wicks are working. TCR and Eco Wicks haven't really been working out too well with my Carousel candle wax, so I'm really hoping TBR and Stabilo Wicks really come through for me in this round of burn testing. And I'll just literally burn it with you guys right now. So this is the one for my sister's room, and this is the one for my bedroom. And I'll check in with you guys in 1 hour to test the hot throw and also how the wicks are performing. See you guys in a bit. Here's for the first hour burn. The flame height is a little bit too high for me. There's no mushroom on the wick, and I feel like I might need to try and wick down. The flame looks pretty nice and steady for me, which is great. I haven't reached the full melt pool yet. I don't have a hot throw yet. I think I might need to give it till about another hour for me to maybe start smelling a hot throw. I definitely can't smell anything right now, but when I hover over the candle, I can definitely smell the fragrance, but it just hasn't filled my room yet. You do have to be very patient with essential oil. It's not like fragrance oil candles, but I'm hoping I will start smelling the fragrance in another hour or an hour and a half. But as for now, I definitely don't smell a hot throw. And this is the second candle. Excuse the mess in the background. I didn't have time to tidy up my sister's desk, but the flame height on this candle is actually really good. I'm very happy with how high the flame is. It's not too high like the other one, and it's not too low where it will switch itself off. In terms of how it's burning, I think it might be burning a little bit too slow, but I think it's a little bit early for me to judge. I will wait for another hour and see how it works, but I'm not yet at a full melt pool. I don't have any mushrooming on my wick, which is great. With Eco and TCR recently with my carousel, I've been having literally mushroomings on my wick from the first hour burn. I'm really pleased not to see any mushrooming for the first hour burn on both of my candles. Again, in terms of hot throw, I still can't smell it, you guys. This is what makes me very frustrated with essential oil candles. It's very hard to smell a hot throw in the first hour burn, but again, I'm going to give it a chance until about my second hour or another hour and a half for me to actually smell the scent. I will check in with you guys on the second hour burn. You guys, I had to pop in here because the hot throw of this candle in my bedroom smells delightful. Like I couldn't just film the candle for you guys without having to tell you how good the hot throw is. I'm so glad, so grateful that the hot throw really came through on the second hour burn. When I normally test essential oils, I tend to get like really frustrated at the beginning because I don't smell a hot throw on the first hour burn. But the fact that I could smell it right now, honestly, you guys, my room smells of patchouli, and I can literally smell the clary sage as it's burning. I couldn't smell it as strong as I would like to on the cold throw, but the hot throw, I could really smell the clary sage. It's just making me so happy that I had to actually come in here and share my happiness with you guys. Let me just show you guys the wick before I forget and get too carried away. As for the wick, you guys, it does have a very large flame, but for a flame this large, you guys, and it doesn't have a mushroom, I'm really happy with it. So for my next batch of the same fragrance, the same essential oil mix, I'm gonna wick down to Stabilo 8 and see how that performs. But again, there is a slight flicker, as you guys can see here. Oh, there we go, it's happening again. There is a melt pool, you guys, but I still have wax residue on the corners of my candle jar, which will burn through eventually. But this is my Stabilo 10, you guys. Oh my god, honestly, I'm so over the moon with this hot throw. Woo! I feel like I literally achieved something so incredible when I achieve a good hot throw with my essential oil candles. Every time I film in this room, my camera always goes dark. It's so weird. Anyway, my wick is small. It looks like it's tunneling. I do have quite a thick area of wax on the corners of my jar, as you guys can see. I'm glad that the camera's picking it up for you guys. But again, I love that I can smell both the rose geranium and the cedarwood in the hot throw. I haven't lost one or the other of the fragrance. That, honestly, again, a great achievement for making an essential oil candle. If you guys ever have the time, also please do try to test out rose geranium and cedarwood. It will not disappoint you. I love how good they both smell like together. But is there a mushroom on this? No, there isn't. There's no mushroom on the wick. Again, the flame height is a height that I'm really happy with. There's little to no flickering on the candle flame, which is excellent. The only thing that I will need to do in my next batch of candle is obviously wick up to TB, I believe TB12 is the next one after TB10. Here we are for the third hour burn. The hot throw is going strong and beautiful. The flame height is still high, as we established in the first 2 hours burn. The candle is now burning a little bit better. Now this side of the candle is burning all the hard wax. I've got a little mini mushrooming on the wick, but these type of mushroomings don't really bother me. And that's about it for this candle, you guys. I don't know, every time I go closer it goes darker. As for this candle, the flame height is looking good. The candle is definitely tunneling. Is there mushrooming on this? No, there's no mushrooming on the wick, which is great. The hot throw is still going good. I would like it to be a little bit stronger though, but I'm guessing the wick is struggling to burn properly, which is why the hot throw could be a little bit weaker than the other candle. But other than that, it's looking good. I'm actually pretty happy with the TB and Stabilo wicks. I just need to wick up for this one and wick down for the other one. Here is for the last hour burn, you guys. The hot throw is still going so beautifully. The results are basically the same as the last hour burn. The little mushroomings that was on the wick has actually disappeared, but it just smells so great. I actually can't wait to burn it again tomorrow. We'll just give it a rest. If you guys are far into this video, please make sure that you click on that subscribe button down below. Give this video a huge thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to turn your post notifications on so you guys can get notified every time I post a new video. Let's move on to the next candle. As for the last candle, nothing has changed. Flame height is still good, which I'm happy with. No mushroom on the wick, which I'm happy with. And then I'll burn test it again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.